Hey guys, alrighty. So we are officially breaking back out here. So as you can see though, we're coming into a critical pivot point on SPY right now. So first off, tomorrow is CPI day. So we are going to get our CPI reading. As of right now, my expected year over year range is 3.1 to 3.4. Month over month is zero point 0.1 to zero point 0.4. Core year over year is 3.7 to 4%, and core month over month is 0.1 to 0.4%. Swaps have a little bit higher, hotter CPI priced in at 3.3%, and month over month a little bit closer to 0.3%. The median forecast amongst investors right now is that CPI month over month will be 0.3%. CPI year over year will be 3.3%. Core will be 0.3%. And core year over year will be 3.9%. So that would be in essentially a big miss to the upside on month over month CPI and year over year CPI. Core likely unchanged, and it would show just a little downside of core CPI year over year. So my personal prediction is year over year will be 3.3%, month over month will be 0.2%, core will be 3.9%, with core month over month at 0.3%. In my opinion, this move tomorrow, this algo reaction tomorrow, is going to dictate where we head into January, end of January here into FOMOC. We are either going to get a cooler CPI. So essentially, in my opinion, to see that, we need the core year over year to come in less, and we need to have month over month and year over year CPI come in unchanged from previous, which is in the variation. However, if that happens, I think we see new all-time highs tomorrow. We could even gap up over all-time highs on SPY tomorrow. However, more likely than not, we are going to get that higher CPI year over year and month over month, and potentially an unchanged core. I'm not convinced that happens. I think we are going to come in just under previous on year over year core, but I think we are setting up for our first major red CPI day since I think September 2022. The reason being is that markets right now have everything priced in to perfection. They have priced in to perfection that we are going to see 6 to 7 rate cuts. 6 right now is what's priced in by end of 2024. They have priced in that we are going to get our first rate cut next meeting in March 2024. Likely, they are wrong. What's going to happen is CPI is going to once again rebound. It is going to show unwillingness to get back into the 2% area, and more importantly, to hold in the 2% area. And it's going to show that if that's the case, the Fed's not done. You know, Jay Powell went super hawkish last meeting, and I really think that was a big I don't want to say a misstep on his part, but I really want to say that that was not the right move. They gave the markets far too much to run with when they did that. But in my opinion, we are going to see the Fed walk back inflation, walk back rate cuts at this next Fed meeting. And especially at the March meeting, depending on what happens at February and then March FOMOC, which will have 2 more CPI readings before then. I think we could possibly hold this resistance area, this double supply that you see right here, and get a very, very large rejection tomorrow. Markets, if that CPI comes in hotter than expected, or not even expected, but hotter than previous, we are going to have to readjust these rate cuts. More likely than not, we'll see the odds of a March rate cut be completely wiped out. That will probably go to no rate cut. And I would not be surprised to see the December and maybe November rate cuts that are expected kind of be walked back also. So it'll be interesting to see tomorrow's reaction at 8:30. I think it'll be a big one. We'll just kind of see how that plays out though. So the Bitcoin ETFs are officially approved. If you missed it last night, Twitter, the SEC's Twitter account released data or released a statement saying that the Bitcoin ETF was approved. However, within a couple minutes of that, they walked it back and said, nope, never mind, it was not approved. We actually got hacked. We didn't tweet that. Somebody else tweeted that. Now, it remains to be foreseen whether that is true or not, whether somebody screwed up and accidentally posted early, which has happened numerous times, which I honestly, in the technology age we have, I don't understand how that even happens. If you're going to pre-write a release or something, just why would you not do it in a separate document? And I mean, I know you can set up like tweets and things like that to be released at certain times, but like, I mean, come on now. So anyways, we have six ETFs being listed tomorrow, going live. We have an Invesco, a Franklin, ARK is getting in on it, Van Eck, Fidelity is even getting in on it, and then Wisdom Tree. Most notable, the Van Eck Bitcoin Trust ETF will be called HODL, HODL. That's just an incredible name for what they will be doing. So, all right, guys, let's take a look at SPY here. So you see we came down, we are now seeing a potential V bottom, but you can see realistically since December 13th, hey, this was December 12th, this was last CPI, we are sitting in a massive range. We are either going to break out massively for tomorrow and start pushing some aggressive all-time highs into end of month, or we are going to see a hard rejection, a new supply put in here, and we are going right back to 467.41. That's really the only two things that are going to happen. I mean, we could get a flat day, but I think we're going to get a big market reaction. So looking over at futures here, same thing. We could not quite get back to our 48.35 supply from right here on the 28th. Sorry, my thing got set to the wrong set there. There we go. So again, we are looking at either a breakout over 48.35, which you can see we broke our down channel, or we're looking at a move back to 47.32. Looking over at the Qs here, same thing. So we are looking strong to the upside, had a nice bounce, took out 406.97 demand, and now it's either we break out over 411.52, get a new all-time highs, which again, if we look here from close, we are only about $4, 1% from a new all-time high. On SPY here, we are only about, let's see, it's 479.79. We're about 0.7-ish% from a new all-time high. That is an easy gap up for overnight to happen on this CPI data here. So either we break over 411.52 to new all-time highs, or we get hard rejected, put a new supply in, and come right back down to 396.34. Going over to NQ here, same thing. We are broken out here. We took out our bear channels. We are back over. We took out, and interestingly enough, you can see where we closed is right at 16,955. And if you look at that, that was that demand from back here on December 22nd. So essentially, we took the level out based on how supply and demand works, but we actually still are having that previous support as resistance here. Again, same thing I'm looking for here is that we're either going to break out to the upside, or we're going to get a hard rejection and come back lower. The question just remains to be seen of which way are we going to go next. Now going over to the VIX here, you can see that we are getting a really nice rejection off that 14.14, 14 to 14.34 area. Now it looks like we are going to come down into this 12.08 to 12.43 double demand. Either we are going to see likely, which would be about, let's see from close here, about a 6.8% drop to a new 52-week low, or likely we're going to be pushing back up somewhere towards this 14 area, which is about a 10 to 11% top here. Overall, again, I still find the VIX to be useless right now. The VIX is just completely ranging. Now, there, if you really zoom out here on the VIX, there's potential of maybe a massive cup and handle forming. There's potential of maybe a goofy looking V bottom forming here. But honestly, the VIX is just so, I don't want to say manipulated, but I would just say that it is so pinned right now that I don't have full trust that the VIX is going to make the right move and that we can predict the move like we used to be able to off the VIX. Overall, tomorrow will be a very, very interesting day. I am very excited to see how market's going to react. And I think Thursday and Friday, we likely get some really nice trend days and some really nice movement that makes sense from a buying and selling standpoint, that takes us into the weekend. So, all right, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll try to do a video tomorrow night with a CPI update.